All right, welcome in everybody. Dirt Racing Network live coverage of the iRacing Fast series. This is a short series, 4 weeks. We're in week number 2. Drivers competing for a chance to drive a real sprint car as part of the Renegade sanctioning body UMSS series. It is a UMSS sprint car they'll be vying for, and Kaylee Emerson is the owner of that car. He is putting up the chance for these guys to pick up a ride. They are in qualifying. You know what that means here at DRN. We are going to give you our national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, thank you, Mr. Foley, once again. As you can see, Braden Idler, the high side hustler, has put himself atop the qualifying pylon. He's going to be starting on the pole for the first of 3 heats tonight. Remember, no cautions in the heat races. The drivers will be expected to keep themselves in order here. We'll run through our lineups real quick. On the starting grid from Franklin, Pennsylvania, the Kinzer Sim Racing Team, Border Tire, Wicked Cushion, Dirt Racing Network, number 5 of Braden Eiler, to his outside. The Ted Brown Quality Paint and Body, number 292, Peyton Grease out of Hobstadt, Indiana. Row 2 on the inside, the 41 car is the 609 machine. It's Logan Rumsey behind the wheel of that one. On his outside, starting in the 4th position, the Ultimate Dirt TV Black Diamond Motorsports number 91 of Ernie Catfish Williams. Inside of row number 3, the Double Aught, Bill Brickley. And on his outside, Jack Berger in the 19 car. Row 4 on the inside, Ludwig Beeson, the 72 machine, and the 25 of Zach Wittes. On his outside, Michael Spengler going to start inside of row number 5, the 30 machine, and on the outside, Stephen York in the 5. In the 6th row, the 2 car, Chris Vogel on the inside, and on the outside, the 32 of Xander Coleman. So you got 12 cars. Top 4 go straight to the feature. Everyone else going to work their way through the consolation races. 30-lap feature tonight, green flag only in the feature. Braden Eiler picked up the win last week in this series. Started off the mini-series very well for himself. We'll see where he comes out tonight. If he can win tonight, he's going to have himself firmly in the driver's seat heading into the last 2 races of the season. We are hoping to get Kaylee Emerson on the next couple of weeks to talk to us about why he's putting up the ride and a little bit about the series, the history of it, and where we're going to go from here. But heat race number 1 is underway. And Eiler wasted no time going straight to the front. Logan Rumsey jumped right in behind him. But he's got a little bit of company there on the bottom. Peyton Grease, the black and yellow machine, trying to work on the inside, see if he can work his way around the short side. Couldn't get it to stick. Got that right where the guys have kind of slicked it off in the practice session. And now the Catfish going straight to the top side. Ernie Williams all the way around the high side takes over the third spot. Bill Brickley, 00 car, he's working his way up to the inside of Peyton Grease, trying to move Grease, who's already on the hot seat, out of a transfer position. But Braden Eiler half a second out in front of these guys. Logan Rumsey giving chase to him, and Ernie Williams still working the cushion and making up ground. Now he's up alongside Rumsey. Williams taking the longest possible route and still making up time on the cars in front of him. He takes over second with a great crossover move. Rumsey tried to put the slider across his nose. Didn't make it stick. Now Rumsey's back to third. Williams is in second, and Grease is still hanging on to fourth. He's closing in on the 41 car. They are halfway when they get to the line this time. 0.8 of a second for the high side hustler. Hadn't quite taken that car all the way to the outside yet. Still pushing those marbles up. Braden Eiler out in front of this thing. Williams, then Rumsey, then Grease. Brickley in fifth. Wittes in second. Beeson in seventh. Wittes was in sixth, Berger in the 8th spot. Vogel ninth. Coleman is 10th. Stephen York. And Mr. Spangler has already taken his car to the infield. Logan Rumsey now starting to put some pressure back on the backside of Ernie Williams. Throws the slider in 3 and 4. Couldn't get it to stick. Once again, Ernie Williams with a great crossover move. He's going to hang on to second for at least another set of corners. Braden Eiler 1.3 seconds in front of these guys. He is Gandhi. If he can keep the rubber side down, he's easily going to transfer to the feature race. The battle right here, second, third, and fourth. Williams, Rumsey got up, showed him the right front tire. No contact, had to back it off. A white flag for Braden Eiler, this time out of turn 4. Extending the lead to almost 1.5 seconds. He's in the 18 flat bracket. The rest of these guys, 18-3 getting around here. He's going to come off turn 4. He's going to win heat 1 easily. The high side hustler, Braden Eiler, going to your feature. Logan Rumsey got around Williams, and he takes second. Move Williams to third and Grease into that final transfer spot straight to the feature. Everybody else to the consolation races. And we're a third of the way home in the heat races already. Guys, don't forget, likes, shares, and follow. Say hi in the chat, whether you're over on YouTube, Twitch, or any of the Facebook channels. I can see it in my chat. Glad to have you aboard. Thanks, everybody, for taking your Friday night and spending it with us here on the Dirt Racing Network. Back-to-back shows tonight. So we get ready to grid out heat race number 2. On the pole out of Des Moines, Iowa, in the Casey's General Store, number 4, going to be Jason Randolph. And to his outside, the Wicked Cushion J&B Medical Dave Blaney Sim Racing Team, it's not number 9, I know that for sure. So number 15, I believe, out of Farmington, Minnesota, going to be Michael Sheridan. Row 2 on the inside, the Side Job Motorsports, number 67, out of Duluth, Minnesota, Miles Jansen. And on his outside, Eric Zolke in the 35. The 56 car from way down under. He's the Australian in the group right now. Brett Wheeler in the 56 car. That's the Ultimate Dirt TV machine, that bright green machine you see on the right side of the screen. To his outside, going to be the 25 car of Francis Major. Cole Kirkman, the 10 car, inside row number 4 with Randy Shreves in the 20 on his outside. Jake Fromke, the 63 car, inside row number 5 with Shane Hawkinson, starting in the 10th position. And in the back row on the inside, the 34 car of Jarrett Cavallette. Michael Meek not making the call, so The Edge Racing Designs Royal Sim Sports Machine out of Moore, Oklahoma, not in the field. But 10 more laps, top 4 to our feature. Everybody else will fight their way in through the B main. Getting the 9 cars tightened up, ready to go out of turn 4. The pace truck will make a hard left right here in turn number 3. Head for the infield. Jason Randolph and Michael Sheridan getting us going right here out of turn 4. There's the throttle. Here comes the green flag.
Green, green, green.
And we are racing. Heat race number 2. Good side by side between Sheridan and Jansen right there. Headed around turns 1 and 2. Sheridan's going to come away with the spot. Randolph, Sheridan, Jansen, Brett Wheeler, and then Eric Zolke in the 5th spot, the 35 car. Trying to get the Mountain Dew machine into one of the transfer spots, but he's going to have to catch the Australian. Wheeler going to the bottom. You saw Jansen get a good run across the top right in the middle right there, and he closed up on Sheridan's push bar. 67 car up on the fence. He's going to get it down, but I think that car broke him. Maybe not. Maybe not as broken as it looked when it landed. But that is going to relegate him back to 7th. Give Zolke that 4th spot, but he's got company. The blue machine of Jake Fromke. 63 car. Tried to slide him right there in 3 and 4. Couldn't get it done. So the new top 4, Jason Randolph out in front of Michael Sheridan, in front of Brett Wheeler. Zolke is 4th. Fromke is 5th. Kirkman 6th. Francis Major in 7th. Hawkinson 8th. And Miles Jansen running in 9th. No other cars on the track currently. Go back to the front. We're trying to see if Brett Wheeler can run down Michael Sheridan. It looks like Sheridan and Randolph have settled into about a 6 or 7 car length comfort zone right there. They are not challenging each other. Just looks like a tow rope hooked between the cars. Gap pretty much staying the same. Four laps to go that time by. Still Randolph, Sheridan, Wheeler, and Zolke. Now Zolke and Fromke starting a battle. Fromke slides him in 1 and 2. Zolke with the crossover is going to get it back right down here in 3 and 4. Goes to the inside, slides it out wide. Zolke back into the 4th spot. 3 laps to go that time by. Watching the battle for the final transfer spot right here. Fromke, big slide job in 3 and 4, and I think Zolke had to clip the binders a little. He lost a lot of momentum through the center of the corner. Now he's back to 5th. These two going at it, not trying to shut the door on each other too hard right there. And Zolke left it open for Fromke as they headed down through turns 3 and 4. It's still Randolph, Sheridan, and Wheeler out in front. White flag in the air. We're watching the battle for the final transfer spot. The front, nothing changing there. Wheeler now getting around Sheridan. That's for 2nd. That's the only change in the top 2. Randolph's going to win it. Who's going to come home 2nd? Wheeler gets off turn 4. He's 2nd. Sheridan is 3rd. And at the line, Fromke gets Zolke. So Fromke going to the feature. Eric Zolke going to have to work his way out of one of the consolation races tonight to make it into that feature race. We'll start to see those right after the next heat race. 3rd and final heat race. Gridding out on our front stretch right now. On the pole, the Herget Real Estate Elbows Up Sim Sport number 21 out of Castilla, Ohio. It's Zane Scott. And on his outside, the Dirt Armada Wicked Cushion Next Gen Fab Team ABR. Metamora, Ohio's Jason Nygaard. Starting inside the 2nd row, the Ultimate Dirt TV, Black Diamond Motorsports number 90 of Trevor Moyer, and on his outside, the 48 car of William Yeager. Row 3 inside, going to be Dason Pursley. On his outside, Carter Chevalier, the 15 machine. Scott King, and Scott King Designs Team SKD, machine. That is the number 118. He's out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. On his outside, the 73 car of Nick McGathy. And in the fifth row on the inside, David Gagnon, the 92 car. And to his outside from Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, the SRT. MG Contracting, Brighton Volkswagen, ODSE, number 7 of Brady Baldwin. And on the back row, by himself, Kenneth Hawkinson, the 46 car. So we got 11 in this one. The 37 machine of Zane Scott on the pole. Good qualifying effort for him. Going to put himself in a position to try to capitalize and pick up a direct transfer spot. But he has got a lot of company in that next row. Nygaard's on his outside. Royer Yeager behind him. He's going to have his work cut out for him if he's going to pick up the win in this heat race. I know that. All right, green flag about to fall out of turn 4. Final heat race. On the throttle, green flag is in the air. Zane Scott with a good jump right there. Going to give himself the lead going into 1 and 2. Trevor Royer right down on the bottom with Jason Nygaard way outside. Those two will drag race down to turn 3 on lap number 1. Everybody chasing Zane Scott. Scott a little out of shape off 2. Nygaard had to back it up a little bit. That puts Royer second. Now Royer through 1 and 2. Slide line right there. Can he keep the lead? Just too much momentum. And here comes Zane Scott back down the inside. Both lines seem to be working well right now on this track. The inside, shortest way around, and Scott gets the lead back at the line. Good battle. William Yeager, the Valvoline machine right there. 48 car. In the 4 spot, giving Nygaard. Sir Fence-a-Lot himself. All he can handle, but Nygaard working it right rear, right up against that outside wall, and he had the momentum that time to keep third. 9 car, Dyson Pursley, trying to get in on the battle. He's in 5th right now. Scott King, Carter Chevalier, Nick McGathy, Brady Baldwin, and Kenneth Hawkinson running in your top 10. But Zane Scott, 0.4 of a second out in front of Trevor Royer. Those two running almost identical lines through turns 1 and 2. Jason Nygaard still working the very outside. William Yeager, another car down on the bottom, but Pursley is just growing ever closer. He pulls up about a half a car length almost every corner now. Battle for the top 2. Nygaard and Royer side by side. Royer working the bottom. Nygaard tempt and fade on the outside. We call him Sir Fence-a-Lot because he does find the fence a lot. Likes to run right on the ragged edge out there, but he's holding on to second. He's getting that big momentum run down there on the exit of the corners. Using that to get a lot of straightaway speed. 3 to go this time. Royer had him at the line. Still Scott. Then Royer, Nygaard. William Yeager, your top 4. Now Nygaard cleanly into second position. A little bit of a problem for Royer on the bottom in 1 and 2. Car got just a little bit too sideways, and he had to check it up, get it straight behind him again. William Yeager, the 48 machine, hanging on to the final transfer spot. Going to be the white flag out of turn 4 in the final heat race. iRacing Fast Series. Still Scott, then Nygaard, then Royer and Yeager. Yeager almost got a little bit of right rear from Pursley that time. The final time off turn 4, heat race number 3. Zane Scott's going to be your winner. Jason Nygaard, Trevor Royer, and William Yeager going straight to our feature. Everybody else, we're going to see them here in just a few moments. One of our consolation races. 12 cars locked in. right, should get the top 4 out of both of these consolation races and move them to our feature. Carter Chevalier, Chris Vogel on the front row. Miles Jensen and Kenneth Hawkinson in row number 2. Xander Coleman, Jarrett Cavallette, row 3. Row 4, David Gagnon and Stephen York. In row 5, Mike Meek and Brady Baldwin. And on the back row, going to be Michael Spengler. That's what's scheduled to be on here, but it looks like we're going to be missing a couple of cars. Jarrett Cavallette and Michael Meek not making the car, so we'll have 9 instead of 11. 4 move on. Everybody else going to be done. Well, thanks for tuning in, Chuck. Glad you're enjoying it. Guys, don't forget likes, shares, and follows, no matter where you're at. If you're on Facebook, come over to the Dirt Racing Network if you're not already there. And give us a like, a share, and a follow. If you're on Twitch or YouTube, give us a follow or a subscribe. You'll know every time we go live. 4 nights a week. All right, the guys will get the green flag of this time off turn number 4. 9 cars racing for 4 spots. Everybody wants to be in the feature. Winner at the end of this 4-race mini-series is going to get the opportunity to get into a real UMSS sprint car. Chevalier on the throttle, and the green flag is back in the air. Car instantly into the fence. I want to say that was Xander Coleman. Bumped his car into the fence right there, and he is going back quick. Looks like his car may be broken. Might have been a short end to his race right there. Oh, way out of shape was Vogel. Vogel's grabbing it up. York. I believe York and Gagnon had a little bit of contact there trying to avoid Vogel. I think that's going to put the 92 car on the trailer for the night as well. He hit the outside wall pretty hard. Yeah, they took that car right into the infield. Right now, Miles Jensen's gotten around Carter Chevalier for the lead. So it's Jensen, Chevalier, then Baldwin, Vogel. That's your top 4. Spengler sitting in the 5th spot. He is just a ways back, about 10 car lengths off of the push bar of Chris Vogel. Vogel having a little bit of trouble on the exit, especially in turn 4. That 2 car wanting to get away. He's allowed Spengler to close up, put the right front down on the inside of the left rear, and then backed it off when the 2 car got out of shape on the exit of the corner one more time. Out of shape that time. That's going to let Spengler up the outside 30 car into the 4th position. Move the 2 car of Vogel back to 5th and right into the clutches of Kenneth Hawkinson, the 56 car. Meanwhile, Jansen and Carter are streaking away from these guys, almost 3 seconds ahead of the 3rd place car of Brady Baldwin. 5 to go. Make it about 4 1/4 now as Chevalier and Jansen are off of turn 4. 4 to go that time at the line. Good battle at the front. Chevalier with the slider line right there, but Jensen turned it down the middle of the corner. Big run down the back stretch. He's got the spot back. Miles Jensen trying to come off the top side and hang on to the car. That little wiggle was enough to let Chevalier lead another lap. Laps clicking off quickly here. Baldwin still in 3rd, but Hawkinson got around Spengler while we were watching the battle at the front. 3rd, 4th, and 5th on the screen. Chevalier now back out in front with 2 to go over Jensen. Jensen must have had a big mistake. It's a good distance back now. Go back here, third, fourth right there, the 46 car. Kenneth Hawkinson just in front of Michael Spengler. But Chevalier this time, a white flag for him. Looking to secure a spot in the feature race with Miles Jensen, Brady Baldwin, and Kenneth Hawkinson. Chevalier is going to pick up the win in the consolation race. Jensen second, Baldwin in third, and Spengler got back around Hawkinson, and he's going to take that fourth spot. Hawkinson was fifth, Vogel sixth, and Coleman in seventh. So one more to go. The top four from the last one transferred into the back of this one, so we'll have 15 cars. I believe they're taking 8. They're going to line them up on the front stretch here, starting grid. Bill Brickley and Eric Zolke on the front row. Jason Persley, Zach Wittes. Row 2, row 3, Cole Kirkman and Scott King. Ludwig Bison and Francis Major in row number 4. Row 5 going to be Nick McGathy and Jack Berger. Shane Hawkinson and Carter Chevalier in row 6. Row 7, Miles Jensen, Brady Baldwin. And on the back going to be the 30 car of Michael Spengler. So 15 cars, about 8 spots up for grabs in this one. So roughly half the field going to the feature. Gary, go to my page here, Dirt Racing Network on Facebook. Send me a private message through the page, and I will get you about all the information that you need to help you get started, bud. Even hook you up with basic service for 3 free months if you send me that message. All right, one more pace lap. Brickley and Zolke will get us started. And we'll be ready to get our feature lined up here. Appreciate everybody spending your Friday evening with us here. Don't forget, right after the iRacing Fast Series, we're going to go over and we're going to watch the Flat Out Sim Series guys get at it. Week 1 of their mini-series. Boys over at UDSRA putting on a little mini-series for everybody. So as soon as we're done here, we'll shut her down, teleport everything over to UDSRA and fire it up and get to going again. So back-to-back shows for you. Full night of racing right here on the Dirt Racing Network. All right, Brickley out of turn 4. He's going to jump on the throttle. The green flag is going to wave, and we are underway. B main. 12 laps. 8 cars transferring to our feature. Hello, Wendy. Love to have our Australian fans coming in. Brickley still hanging on to the lead. Persley is in second. Zolke and Kirkman trading third and fourth, back and forth. 10 car on the inside. Kirkman hanging on to the spot. Running the very bottom now. Out of turn 4. Moves it up to the high side on the exit of turn 2. Little slider line action right there. Zolke in fourth. Wittes is fifth. King, McGathy, Major, and Chevalier, along with Brady Baldwin, rounding out that top 10. 2 or 3 of these guys have already taken it in. Berger is in the infield. I think Hawkinson is had some problems, and he is way back of the field. Now Dyson Persley around Bill Brickley. He has taken over the lead. To complete lap number 4 of 12, it's Persley, Brickley, Kirkman, Zolke, your top 4. PA guy down in Florida. There's got to be a good story behind that, I'm sure. Still Pursley, Brickley, Kirkman, Zolke, Scott King in the 5th spot. Zach Wittes, Carter Chevalier, and Nick McGathy. That's your top 8 right now, but Brady Baldwin, the 7 car, working the top side, trying to close in, wants to see if he can grab one of those feature spots. Chevalier able to use the middle. He put a little bit of a gap between himself and McGeethy. Now working the high side on Wittes. Chevalier coming forward. He's up to 6th. Wittes is 7th. McGeethy still 8th, but Brady Baldwin, the 7 car, is there right behind the 73 now. Parsley has gotten out to about a full second over Brickley. Brickley's got about 7/10 on Kirkman. Then Zolke and King very close together. Now Chevalier starting to close in. 4 to go this time when they go by the line. Wittes and Baldwin now has gotten around McGeethy on the inside. He's in the 8th spot. McGeethy around the bottom, takes the spot back, goes right back past Baldwin. Power move down the basement right there in 1 and 2. Now goes top shelf in 3 and 4. 2 to go that time by McGeethy now, securing the A spot, putting the pressure on Wittes. Would like to pick up another spot, put somebody else on the bubble to have to deal with Baldwin. He does it. Moves Zach Wittes to 25 car. Back to the A spot. 3-way battle, side by side off for Chevalier, King, and Zolke. They sorted out, headed down to 1, but Chevalier was just about pushing Zolke through the corner right there. Again, 3 wide. They head down into turn 3. Chevalier splits the middle, comes out with the 4th spot. White flag in the air. Pursley, Brickley, Kirkman. Now Chevalier, King, Zolke, McGeethy, and Wittes is back around Baldwin. That time, Chevalier put it into the outside fence just slightly. Pursley's going to win the B main, then Brickley, Kirkman, King, Zolke, Chevalier, McGeethy, and in a power move, Bison is going to pick up that 8th and final spot. He got around both Baldwin and Wittes right there, so move him in. Everybody else done for the night. Our field is set for the 30 lap A main. Going to give these guys a couple of minutes of warm up here, I think. Yep, about 2 minutes. So while they get some final setup touches on the cars, we're going to invite you to watch this. All right, from all of our friends over at Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, along with Super Clean, Lucas Oil, General Tires, Hoosier Tires, Red Lobster, many, many others. Good supporters of iRacing, sim racing, dirt racing. Big supporters of the Dirt Racing Network, along with Wicked Cushion Esports, Wicked Energy Gone. Big shout out to those guys. Always a pleasure dealing with them. They do so much for everybody in sim racing. And a lot for guys that are, in real racing too. I don't want to short sell that at all. Without guys like that, some of this wouldn't be possible for a lot of people. Practice will wind down. We'll put these guys out here. 30 laps of green flag racing. Caution laps will not count in the feature. Last week, the high side hustler, Braden Eiler, right there on your screen, picked up the win. We'll see if he can go back to back and put himself in pretty much a commanding position to have a shot to pick up the opportunity to take that ride in that UMSS sprint car. UMSS, a division of the Renegade sanctioning body. Supposed to have 50 new teams over the 4 series this season in the Renegades. Looking forward to hearing more about that. We get representatives on for Renegades and get to hear from them just about whatever they're doing out there. Hopefully they'll get to go back racing here pretty soon. Hopefully we all will. That'll be fantastic. I know I'm ready to go see some live racing for sure. Gridding out on the front stretch for us right now, our feature race 30 green flag laps. Jason Randolph, Braden Eiler on the front row. Zane Scott, Logan Rumsey in row number 2. Row 3 is going to be Brett Wheeler. Jason Nygaard, so Fencelot himself. Ernie Williams and Michael Sheridan in row number 4. Row 5 is going to be Trevor Royer and Peyton Grease. Jake Fromke and William Yeager making up row 6. Row 7, Dyson Persley, Bill Brickley. Row 8 is going to be Cole Kirkman and Scott King. Zolke and Chevalier in row 9. Row 10 will be Nick McGathy and Ludwig Bison. Zach Wittes, Brady Baldwin in the 11th row, and the 12th row is going to be Michael Spengler and Francis Major. So 30 green flag laps. See who picks up week 2. Just checking out a little bit of the chat here, guys. It doesn't matter where you're at. YouTube, Twitch, any of the Facebook channels. Say hi in the chat. Let us know you're there. If you're watching from a watch party, from one of the shared pages, if you're over at the Dirt Racing Network, say hi. We can see it in the chat. One more pace lap. These guys are going to bring the heat when they come out of turn 4. 30 green flag laps. Randolph and the high side hustler Braden Eiler on our front row. There is just a laundry list of cars that have an opportunity to win this, but right now they have all got to set their sights on the 5 car on the front row right there. Eiler has just been really fast the last couple of weeks. Randolph gets us going out of turn 4, green flag. Jason Randolph will lead us down to 1 and 2. Slider line for him. The high side hustler doing what he is known for, and he ripped the rim right there, but he didn't have enough to get around Randolph on the exit of turn 2. Now he's going to try to cut the car to the middle, but Zane Scott is there, and Randolph's going to lead lap 1. With Braden Eiler on the slider line into 1 and 2. He's going to come out of turn 2 in front. The high side hustler on the point, Jason Randolph. Zane Scott. Logan Rumsey, your top 4. 3 wide into 1 for those last 3 guys that I named right there. Zane Scott was in the middle, and he comes off turn 2 with second place, but Rumsey's got the bottom. Can he get down there and throw the slide job in 3 and 4? Had the line, didn't get the spot. Good cut under. Here comes Brett Wheeler, the green machine. 56 car right on the bottom. You saw Sir Fencelot. Nygaard on the top, clipped the outside wall. Slicing and dicing back here, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Wheeler's got it. Rumsey now into 3rd. Moves Zane Scott to 4th. Ernie Williams right behind that now. Randolph working the top side, and caution. I believe Brady Baldwin, Jason Nygaard. Brady Baldwin right here. Jason Nygaard's car was a little broken. Baldwin got a little out of shape, and he found a little tire contact with the 73 of Nick McGeethy. I don't think there's much damage to Baldwin's car, and he's going to get it fired and roll away. He was trying to avoid the 22 car of Nygaard, who had hit the fence a little bit earlier, and I think he had knocked the suspension out of the right rear of that car. So 72 car of Ludwig Bison is a couple 3 laps down, but he is back at the very back of the field. Show you our top 10. It's Eiler, Wheeler, Rumsey, Scott, Randolph, Williams, Sheridan, Royer, Fromke, and Grease right now. So we're going to add 3 laps. We're going to be looking for lap 33 for our white flag. Hello, Nate. Look a little deeper in the field. Dyson Pursley, William Yeager, Bill Brickley, Cole Kirkman, and Carter Chevalier making up our 11th through 15th group. Scott King, Eric Zolke, Nick McGeethy, Michael Spengler, Zach Wittes, Francis Major, and Brady Baldwin all the way through 22nd. Lights off on the pace truck. We'll go green out of 4. Single file on the restart. Eiler, Wheeler, and Rumsey, the top 3. And here we go. Eiler on the throttle. Green flag back in the air. What a jump by Eiler. He caught Wheeler half asleep right there. He'll go through 1 and 2 on the top side, nearly flat out. Gains about 3 more car lengths. Gonna see that 5 car pretty much stay at the top. Logan Rumsey now working a little higher line than Brett Wheeler, and will he come off turn 2 with second? 41 car right up against the outside fence. Not that time. 41 car, 56 car. Wheeler on the inside, still trying to hang on to second. Didn't have it. Had to pinch it off just a little bit right there on the bottom. Get the car straight underneath him, and that gave Rumsey the spot at the line. 41 of Rumsey. Able to move into second. Now Wheeler using that very tacky right on the inside, trying to get the second spot back. Meanwhile, Eiler almost 9/10 of a second ahead of these guys as Wheeler takes over second again. Zane Scott is still 4th. Ernie Williams in 5th. Michael Sheridan, the 15 car, working through the middle of turns 3 and 4. He is in the 6th spot. Jason Randolph and Trevor Royer right there. Royer on the inside, Randolph on the high side. Peyton Grease in 9th. Dyson Pursley in the 10th spot. Back to the battle for second. 20 laps to go this time. Wheeler hanging on to second. Rumsey in 3rd. Zane Scott still 4th. Great battle right here for second. Rumsey's working the outside. Wheeler working the inside. No clear advantage for either car. But 1.4 seconds. The high side hustler, Braden Eiler, out in front. Still Zane Scott in 4th. Now he's gapped Ernie Williams by about 6/10. Trevor Royer 6th, Sheridan 7th, Randolph 8th, Pursley 9th, and Grease 10th. Now Rumsey's gotten away from the top side. Wheeler starting to get away from him in second. Braden Eiler right out in front of him. Lap car as Eiler brushes the wall going into 3 and 4. High side hustler working the very outside. He is catching up to Francis Major. That's the car right in front. Now goes to the bottom that time. Going to go to the high side to make the pass and put Major a lap down. So into lap traffic. 14 laps to go when they come by this time. Wheeler still second. Rumsey still third. Wheeler looks like he's lost a wing off the front of that car. Looks like he's lost more than just the front wing off of that car. Looks like he's lost the nose piece too. So somehow Mr. Wheeler running around with a semi-snowplow out there and still hanging on to second. Caution for the 25 car stopping at the end of pit road right there. That's just a little too close to the racing surface, and iRacing doesn't like that. So that is going to regroup the field, bring everybody back together. And we're going to have about 10 or 11 laps to go when we get the green. We'll see how many caution laps they get here. Let timing and scoring pick these guys up and get them ordered here for us real quick. We'll give you your top 10. Going to be Eiler, Wheeler, Rumsey, Scott, and Williams, your top 5. Royer, Sheridan, Randolph, Grease, and Dyson. Pursley rounding out the top 10. Still 18 cars on the track. Yeager, Brickley, Kirkman, Chevalier, Zolke, King, Spengler, and Wittes rounding out the field. May get the one to go right here. Lights went off on the pace truck, so we're going to go green with 12 laps to go. Race into lap number 36. All right. Back to racing. Braden Eiler brings us to the green flag. Goes straight to the top side, kind of where he's been in 1 and 2 almost the entire race. Wheeler with that damaged machine still hanging on to second. Rumsey now got his hands full with Zane Scott. 37 machine down on the inside. Scott trying to work the bottom. Didn't have enough that time. Rumsey going to hold on to third. Caution at the back of the field. I want to say Mr. Zolke was part of this one. Let's see what happened to the 35 car here. Ooh, down into 3 and 4. Rolling the corner. Got just a little bit of help. Looked like Scott King just gave him a little bump and run. Right as that was happening, Ernie Williams was getting around Logan Rumsey. So I put Rumsey back in front, put Scott back in front, keep Williams in the 5th spot. Sometimes it takes just a second for timing and scoring to catch back up, put these guys in their correct order. No change in our top 10. Going to be lap 39 for our new white flag. Still Braden Eiler in front of Brett Wheeler, Logan Rumsey, Zane Scott, and Ernie Williams. I think these guys getting ready to go green right here. About 10 to go. Eiler, Wheeler, Rumsey, Scott, Williams, the top 5. Heading for lap number 39. Eiler's back on the throttle. The green flag is back in the air, racing once again. Big slide job from Ernie Williams. Tried to get it in there. Thought better of it. Took it down to the bottom. He's going to stay in 5th. But Zane Scott was making a move. Got the car out of shape. Now he gives up about 4 spots. Move him back to 7th. Rumsey's 3rd. Williams is 4th. And Williams had a run on the high side. Trying to work the middle. Now up to the outside in turns 3 and 4. Will he have the run off? Yes, he does. Ernie Williams now 3rd. On the running order, Rogan Rumsey back to 4th. Michael Sheridan runs in 5th. Trevor Royer, Zane Scott, and Jason Randolph in the top 8. But Braden Eiler still in front, running the high side. Brett Wheeler down on the bottom, running 2nd. Ernie Williams trying to catch both of those guys. He's got about a second to make up just to get to Wheeler. But it's a pack of 4 cars. Williams, Sheridan, Royer, Rumsey. That's all for the final podium spot. Ernie Williams in the middle, off on the top. Sheridan all the way through the middle. Royer was down on the bottom. Rumsey just looking for a place to go, the 41 car. Now he goes middle behind Sheridan. Sheridan up alongside Williams. That's for 3rd, and caution one more time. Jason Randolph slow to get out of turn number 2. Oh, he and Zane Scott coming together. That turns his car to the outside. So we're going to be racing to lap 42 when they go back to green. Still, Eiler, Wheeler, Williams, Sheridan, Rumsey, the top 5. Royer, Pursley, Grease, Scott, and William Brickley now in the top 10. Back to 1 to go. Pace truck will head in turn 3. We'll go back to racing. About 5 laps to go. Still Eiler in front of Wheeler. Williams now up to 3rd. Sheridan in 4th. And Rumsey from 3rd to 5th on that last short run there. Trevor Royer, Dyson Pursley, Peyton Grease, Zane Scott, and Bill Brickley. Coming out of turn number 4. 5 laps to go. Eiler's on the throttle. Green flag back in the air. A little bit of a bump of the wall on the entry to turn 1 there for Brett Wheeler, but he hangs on to 2nd. Braden Eiler, right rear, right up against the fence, literally. Keeps the lead. 4 to go. Ernie Williams now closed in on the back push bar, but he was not able to do anything. Lost a lot of space, and Brett Wheeler made a bunch up off the bottom and 2. Down the backstretch, it was a drag race to 3. We'll see if it's a drag race to the line this time. 3 to go, and Wheeler has the lead. The Australian works his way around the bottom, takes this top spot away from Braden Eiler.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Caution once again. Peyton Grease was slow to get away there. Do not know if he was in the middle of this or not. Oh, looks like he was down on the inside. Got a little bit of a tap. Got turned around with traffic coming right there. Put the right front up against the left rear. And that'll get you turned around. He got into Trevor Royer back there. So we're looking at lap 45. I believe. Wheeler, Eiler, Williams, Sheridan, Rumsey, the top 5. Royer, Percy, Brickley, Yeager, and Scott. Zane Scott falling all the way back to the 10th spot now. Should get our 1 to go this time. In all likelihood, looks like a green-white checker, but there may be 1 extra lap there. Wheeler getting ready to bring us back to green. Wheeler's on the throttle. Green flag's back in the air. Brett Wheeler leads us back to green. Braden Eiler tries to go to the top side one more time. We'll see if he's got anything for Wheeler off that top side on the first lap. Not this time. Ernie Williams still hanging on to 3rd. Sheridan and Rumsey 4th and 5th. If my math is right, we should be getting the white flag right here. Eiler with a good drive that time. Closed the gap quite a bit. Wheeler licks the tires down in 1 and 2 on the inside. Is that enough for Eiler? Good run off the high side. The Hustler up against the outside wall. Can he keep it clean? Get the momentum. Drives it down through the center. Into Wheeler. These two into the fence. Ernie Williams got past those guys and got to the front. But I don't think it gave him the spot. I think it had Wheeler still in front of him. I think we'll have one more restart here. Brett Wheeler.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. These guys are starting to put the pressure on you since you got out to the front. How many laps you guys got left in there? Have they told you?
Nah, just we just finished the race just now.
Oh, it is over? So you, Ernie, and Mr. Sheridan, top 3? We were unaware. We're a little underinformed on this one. So I was checking with you guys. So the race is over?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. Well, I will be speaking to you shortly here. Thanks for letting us know. All right, you heard it from the guys on the track. It's going to be Brett Wheeler, Ernie Williams, and Michael Sheridan, our top 3. Get these guys parked here on the front stretch for us real quick. get down and
All right, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're
Yeah.
not going green this time. We are not going
we
green.
don't need him talking to us anymore, do we, folks? We'll get these guys down here. There's Mr. Sheridan. There's Mr. Williams. Michael Sheridan.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Third place tonight. Tough track, tough run there at the end. A few cautions. Real quickly, tell us about this race and your third place finish.
Yeah, I think I got kind of lucky with third. Braden and Brett and Ernie were pretty much the class of the field tonight. I was pretty much content running fourth. I thought I could have maybe gotten up to Ernie, but I don't think I had enough to get by him. I think I was just a little off on the setup, but all in all, pretty happy to come away with third, I guess.
Yeah, good run for you, buddy. I'm sure you got a laundry list of sponsors you'd like to thank, and we'll let you cool down and celebrate a great podium finish.
Oh, yeah. On a new team now, Brent Marks Racing Sim team. I got to thank the guys on the team there. They help out a lot. And got Babs Auto Paints and Supply, M&M Painting and Construction, Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel, Nice Crete and Concrete, Alkaline 88 Water, Wicked Cushion, thanks to Dirt Racing Network for broadcasting, and thanks to the iRacing Fast Series for putting this deal on.
All right, man. Congratulations again on a great third place finish. We look forward to seeing you maybe Monday.
All right, sounds good. Thanks a lot.
All right. Your third place finish on Michael Sheridan. Let's grab the catfish man and get him up here. Ernie Williams, you there?
I got you.
All right, man. You brought the Ultimate Dirt TV number 91 to a second place finish. Hard fought. You were making a lot of progress at the end, man. Quickly tell us about that race and this second step on the podium finish.
We'll take it. We probably had third place car. Really didn't have nothing for the front two. Me and Sheridan was much battling for third there. Them guys got in each other, and I got around Eiler, and pretty much was it, man. It was the track. Car felt good. I mean, it felt like I was moving forward a little bit. They were probably just a tick faster than me, but all in all, we'll take it. Williams Grove ain't one of my best tracks, so third place we'll take it.
Yeah, tough track, and sometimes cautions breed cautions at the end. It got a little sloppy there, but a great run for you. I'm sure you got some sponsors you'd like to thank, and we'll let you celebrate, buddy.
Absolutely. Good shout out to Tim Nichols with Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, Ultimate Dirt TV, Dirt Racing Network. Glad you guys are doing this. Can't wait to go back and watch it. Love going back and watching them. Black Diamond Motorsports for fine-tuning the car tonight and putting her on the podium for me. Other than that, hopefully we'll see you next time, Roger.
Yeah, hopefully we see you Monday night. Congratulations again, and thanks for chatting with us, bud.
Yep, later.
Second place finisher, Ernie Williams. Let's get his teammate, a crazy Australian, I think is what we'll just start calling this one. Brett Wheeler, you there, buddy?
Yeah, buddy, I'm here.
Man, you pick up a good win. The front end missing off your car there. Talk to us real quickly about that race and this top of the steps podium finish here at iRacing Fast Series.
Yeah, it was a crazy race to start off with. I knew going out before the feature, we're always going to have a fast piece underneath us. It's probably one of my favourite tracks when it comes to 360s. And then I think about halfway through, we tell a lap car, he's been told to hold his line, so or let the fast guys go. So I tell him to move up to the top side after he let Braden by, and all of a sudden he just wanted to drive it in the inside fence and nearly destroy my race car. Lost the front wing, but that was a wild finish. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, a lot of battling up front, little contact with you and Eiler there off of turn 4. You still come up with the victory, man. Who helps you get it done out here? And we'll let you celebrate a hard-earned victory, maybe catch your breath a little bit.
Yeah, just all the guys at Black Diamond Motorsports, you for broadcasting, Carter, Nathan for putting on the series, Black Diamond Motorsports. I think the guys at United Sim Sports is too, and everybody on the car that helps out with sponsors over at United, Valvoline, Too Easy Finance, Parramatta Isuzu, West End Mazda, and all the guys back at UDTV.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on a great victory, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one, buddy.
Thanks, bud.
Your winner tonight, Brett Wheeler. Ernie Williams was second. Michael Sheridan came home third. I will get with the guys, and next week we'll know where the points stand when we get ready to kick this thing off. But I appreciate everybody that tuned in, guys. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Don't forget we got another one coming up right after this one. But for everybody at the iRacing Fast Series, representing the Renegade sanctioned UMSS Sprint Car Series. This is going to be a great deal at the end of it. Somebody's going to get a chance to get a ride in one of these cars, the car owned by Kaylee Emerson. And we're looking forward to the finale of the season. A couple of weeks, but we got one more next week. It'll kind of set things up. Hopefully we can get somebody from Renegades or somebody from UMSS in here to talk to us and tell us everything about their series, give you guys a little bit of background on it. For myself and everybody at the Dirt Racing Network, we appreciate you tuning in. Tune in for the next one. Until then, keep it dirty, everybody. We'll see you shortly.